Alright, Pokemon, this was a bit of a better effort. So the Crown Tundra has been released for us to explore. Upon arriving from Wedgehurst Station, you encounter the expeditioner Peony and his daughter Peony. Okay, anywho, I get it, you're flowers. You are dragged along to partake in a Dynamax adventure to try and help Peony impress his daughter, and are then instructed to help Peony unlock the hidden secrets regarding the legendary Pokemon involved with the Crown Tundra. So, while the story of Crown Tundra wouldn't exactly be described as better per se than the Isle of Armor, I think between like the actual main story that it kind of has, as well as just the abundance of additional content that it provides, I do think that the Crown Tundra is a little bit better, and that's just it. There is a lot that you can do with the Crown Tundra. And yeah, that's something I thought was kind of neat. I knew there would be something in terms of story regarding the Regis, the Galarian forms of the bird trio, as well as the new poster legendary Calyrex. But they even have a small thing with Sonia and the Justice trio, each group's section playing a little bit different from the others. The Regis play out much like their original iteration by solving an obscure clue to reach them, though thankfully not nearly as cryptic or annoying like having to read Braille without actually touching it. Though Registeel's was a little dumb. I had the right idea, but apparently my whistling is more ear-piercing than a bell, so yeah. Calyrex plays out more like the actual narrative of the Crown Tundra, following the plotline before getting to capture it alongside another special Pokemon linked to it, and okay, listen. When Black and White 2 did the whole combining of Pokemon thing, it made sense, like with an actual design and with the lore behind it. Okay, when Kyurem combines into either Reshiram or Zekrom, that makes sense. It's the Pokemon splicing into each other to create one entity. That makes sense, and the design looks fine. With Calyrex, though, it's literally taking one Pokemon and just plopping them on top of another one. God, it looks so stupid. Oh, but Calyrex gets a cape. Now it's legit. Anyways, with the Justice Trio, you have to track down enough of each of their prints in order for Sonia to track them properly, at which point the Pokemon will actually spawn in the overworld for you to go after, which I thought was kind of neat, which then actually caps off with you to be able to catch Keldeo after capturing all three, which is actually a first in the series, making Keldeo not a mythical Pokemon anymore. And finally, the Galarian legendary bird trio. After encountering them in pretty neat cutscene by this Dynamax tree, each bird will occupy one of the large wild areas for you to chase after. Yes, they are technically roaming, but with a twist. Now, I might be wrong with the specific mechanics behind them, but this is how I was able to track them down. Upon entering the wild area, Zapdos will be there and will zoom off real quick. You have to bike after and keep on its tail, all the while dodging Pokemon along the way, until Zapdos tires out, at which point it will charge you for a fight. Once found, Articuno will create illusions and you have to try and pick the right one, to which then it will fight you. And finally with Moltres, it takes wide turns and weird paths as you have to try and predict its pathing to get ahead of it for it to spot you, to which then it will fight you. This was exactly how I wanted these roamers to be handled. Well, except for Moltres. I found out its thing by accident after losing it in the stupid fog out in the open water. Damn you! Sharpedo! That's quite the list of legendaries to go after. The rest are relegated to the Dynamax adventures. The gist of these is basically you and 3 other people rent out special Pokemon that are resistant to the negative effects of Dynamaxing and set out into this underground labyrinth. Your team picks a path and fight Dynamaxed Pokemon on the way to the depths and the random legendary Pokemon waiting for you there. Each Pokemon you defeat, you can swap your current one with it if you think it might be more helpful. The sort of kick is that you can't heal between fights. That and the Pokemon you fight don't have those stupid shields that you put up when in the wild, but just have a butt ton more health to compensate. That means that in a weird way, a good way of going about these dungeons is to kind of adapt the MMO dungeon crawling formula of having someone that can heal, a Pokemon to sort of control stat growth and such, and a Pokemon to just dish out all the hurt at the very least. My biggest issue is sort of split, so don't play with the AI because the dummies don't know what to do. And with people, all it takes is for one person to not understand the basics of Pokemon or to just be a massive troll to ruin a run. Thankfully, it doesn't seem to matter what type of ball you throw, you're guaranteed to catch any of the Pokemon along the way. And even then, when you do get a good group, it is so satisfying to just plow right through a raid and get right to the legendary. It is a lot of fun. The final big thing to mention with the DLC is the Galar Star Tournament. Short and to the point, you can team up with one of the big characters you've met throughout the game to compete in a 2v2 style for the championship. It's fine, though, if you team up with someone and you end up going against one or even two opponents that wreck your partner's team, it gets a whole lot harder. That means that, for once, Hop is actually kind of helpful since he has a mixed typing team alongside a legendary in his party. And that's all well and good, though honestly, I feel like there is a huge missed opportunity with the Star Tournament. All you have is the Sword and Shield characters to use. Imagine after a round of the tourney, there's a cutscene with you, Hop, and Leon shooting the shit, having a good time, and then wham! The door kicks open, the trio looks on in awe. I heard there's a little tournament going on here with some of the greatest trainers in Galar. I want in. Camera pans up, and it's freaking Cynthia! Gen 4 remake confirmed! I don't know. I felt like this would have been a good chance to throw in even just a few legacy characters, since this generation is actually lacking in that regard quite a bit. And you wouldn't have had to do much in regards to the setup. The battle tree last generation never had much of a setup except with the short scene and fight with either red or blue. I don't know. The Star Tourney is fine, I just wish there was more to it. And that's basically it. There's some new items to pick up. I know there's like the mints that changes the Pokemon's nature, something like that. I can't remember if that was already done before, but the game told me that it was new, and anyway, it's something, so that's cool if you like that type of thing. On top of the whole other different items that you can find too. Peony's alright. He's a little spacey, but I did enjoy his character quite a bit, especially with his background and all that stuff. And he's got an awesome battle theme. It kicks so much butt. And yeah, outside of that, like, maybe I wish there was a little more with the Star Tournament, but that's all well and good. The Dynamax Adventures is fine. Just in general, with Crown Tundra, if this was going to be the only DLC that we got for Pokemon Sword and Shield, I think the Crown Tundra would be worth the actual Battle Pass price. I call it Battle Pass. It's a pass in general. But now that we have the Isle of Armor along with it, yeah, the DLC pass I think is worth it with the two things combined together, if not at least just for the Crown Tundra. I do think the Crown Tundra is leagues better than the Isle of Armor, but we got both, and that's all well and good. The last thing I can really say now is do not shake the Dynamax tree. You are going to regret it. Oh my god. But anywho, thank you all so much for watching. If you like what you saw, you can click right up there to check out some of my other videos that I've done. Or, if you really feel like it, you can click right up there to subscribe. And until next time, guys, I will see you all later.